Overall, I'm not sure whether to be sad or happy, but I'm just gonna say that what we're gonna talk about was probably a very good thing because, as you guys know, this anniversary has been very dry. Okay, very dry. I mean, I think the problem is that they didn't release any buffed units, which in general is the best content from the first anniversary that we got, just objectively speaking. Blue Ghetto became a usable unit, Yuta became a decent amount better, Yuji became actually usable, and so did Nanami. So using these units was very good, but we didn't get buffs. Sweep got updated without any SP buffs. What? I don't get it, right? But today, what did they do? They confirmed that there will be a part 3 unit on the 18th. When, is there a banner that's ending? No. When the events end, we're going to be getting a new banner. So let's go into this right now. Here we go. So, we actually know who it is, and... Okay, well, I mean, I think this already should just tell you who it is, right? So let's read it. Special website updated. When you access the special website, you'll find something special. Click here for the special site. And then we hear this. So lock it in, write it in the comments. Who do you think it's going to be? Let me know. And we're going to have a nice discussion. It's gonna play. It's gonna play.
どう考えても1年に務まる任務じゃない。何事も積み重ねが大切です。灰原にノートを貸すと毎回謎の落書きが増えている気がします。
So, yeah, it's Nanami. They confirmed it to be Nanami, and furthermore, people who are maybe not sure still, well, they show a bunch of paperworks, which Nanami does his overtime, right? And then we see this, which we know is Nanami's trademark. And then we see his fucking weapon. So, yeah. It is, in fact, gonna be Teen Nanami. And people might be, oh, Shibuya, but no, it is gonna be hidden inventory. As, well, first of all, it was on the hidden inventory site and all that good stuff. So I would be very surprised if it's a Shibuya Nanami. So it's gonna be hidden inventory. So, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a bit weird. And why is that? Well, I mean, let's just go here real quick. And by the way, I did get a dupe of Domain Gojo, so I kind of want to flex this off. On a daily single, by the way. So this is going to be a huge DPS increase. So why is it weird? Well, we get Gojo, we get Shoko. Where's Shoko? Oh, she's below, right? Not high power, but no Ghetto. So we're doing 2 or 3 of the trio, but then we're doing a Teen Nanami. So the thing is, I think that why they're doing this is probably because next time they bring hidden inventory, they want to do another Ghetto and have that be the, like, lead. But then the problem arises. You did 2 Shokos in 4 months. You couldn't do another Ghetto, right? Especially because, like, they kind of marketed this as, like, the trio anniversary. So much media was centered around them being a trio. So them not bringing Ghetto in the end is a little odd, right? It is a little odd. I think that if they wanted to maximize money right now, it would have been Ghetto. But if they're going for more long-term, I think not releasing Ghetto makes sense. Now, this also doesn't really change much if we're being real. If anything, it makes more sense, but also makes Inumaki become an even bigger fraud. So right now, I mean, listen. Why do we think Ghetto? Well, first of all, Inumaki sucked, right? For people who were doing floor 80, they weren't even running Inumaki because he fucking sucked, okay? That's the thing. Whales were running SR Nanami instead of Inumaki when Inumaki's a stat debuffer because it's so ass. So I think in general it made sense for Ghetto to be red. However, it makes as much sense for Nanami to be red because he has an SR red and they like making SSR versions of the SR colors. Mekamaru, Maki. Who else? I don't think there's many else, but I think there's one more. Oh, Kaido. No, Kaido was the rare version. So it's either rare or the SR versions. However, Nanami red DPS would make just as much sense. Now let's talk about why. Yellow has 2 yellow DPSs, they're fine. Blue has Sukuna, they're fine. Green now has Gojo, but red could definitely get someone on that level because technically the 2 best is Nobara and Yuta, okay? Now, Yuta, it's more so for the heals, but still doing half the DPS. So it's like filling up this DPS slot would be good, right? It would be good. When we think about it, all the DPSs are around the same level. And if we get a red Nanami that absolutely kills it, then yeah, no, it's going to be very good, right? I don't think anyone's going to deny that. I think my only problem with it is that it's not the trio that we're getting for this anniversary. That's the biggest fumble, I think, because if it was the trio, I think it would be very cool that we did get the trio. But I guess what they decided to do is say, okay, if you're able to use Ghetto with Gojo and Shoko in the green team, right? So you got Ghetto, Gojo, and Shoko, then it's like you already experienced the trio to where they don't feel the need to do another Ghetto, so they're going to do Nanami. And why Nanami is going to be fine is because we need a DPS, we need a red DPS. Now, what's a bit worrying is that he's mixed. Having mixed units is great and all, right? I think Nanami does work very well for a lot of floors. I mean, he has a pretty good ult and all that. The problem is being Taijutsu and Jujutsu limits you on so many recollection bits. This is a Taijutsu one, right? Yeah, so it limits you on so many recollection bits. I don't know if Nanami was solely Jujutsu or Taijutsu in the past, but maybe he won't be. Could he Black Flash as a teen? I actually do not know. Let me know down below if he was able to Black Flash. The problem is, if we go to like mixed memories, right? It's going to have to be a damage increase memory, which kind of sucks, right? Because if it's not a damage increase, then my guess is it's going to be some type of bullshit with like a 3-turn effect, right? But I just hate the fact that you have to use something like that. So for red, we don't, to be fair, I don't think red has one of those like type advantage ones. No, it does. Mei's. I don't know. They didn't put it in, but yes, Mei's is like that. So if we check, I think it's this one. Yes. This one is when ult 90% damage for red. But it's like, okay, I mean, at the same time, it's giving both Jujutsu and Taijutsu very decently high, actually. So we'll have to see. I just feel like having it does limit him. So it's probably going to have to be him using his own recollection bit. But when was the last time they've made their main recollection bit the best? Almost never, right? Honored one was still Pride working pretty much the best, right? And then Shoko, you don't really run her rec bit. So it's like, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure what they're going to do rec bit wise. I just hope it ends up going well, but I feel like it will. I mean, it's an anniversary unit. We haven't had an anniversary unit be fumbled, unless you're counting Miguel. So I kind of have faith. Then the second thing is kind of ass, is how they decided to do the updates, right? Because we basically, for 2 weeks, all we got since the 30th, since the 25th was this. The powerful enemy. That's it. And I think, like, content-wise, it's pretty good, right? I think it's not that bad. Now, Ghetto's going to come out with the map event, by the way, just to let people know. The only thing is that the rewards in here are not that good, right? They're not that good. So, in general, rewards-wise, it's not been overall the best ANNI. Materials-wise, hell yeah, because you have so many mats in this, right? No rewards, I mean, no new tower floors, right? And then we get powerful enemy. Pretty ass rewards-wise, if I'm being completely real. And then the biggest problem was that no SP buffs. So we're probably going to get the SP buffs for part 3. But my guess is they wanted to drag that shit out as long as possible. And why that is to make fucking money, right? You want to make money, right? That's the thing. That's the biggest thing, and it kind of sucks when you think about it. Because we could have by now had... I feel like Yellow Nanami will make the most sense for an SP buff. Where's the goat? Where is he? Yellow Nanami. Should be... Yeah, he's not here. I'm blind. Here. Yellow Nanami is going to make a lot of sense. I think in general, though, it's just hiding these SP buffs kind of sucks. Like, we had 2 weeks of no content, and now we're going to get Ghetto. Like, damn, that's going to suck. I'm not going to lie. I do think Red Nanami is going to be mixed. If he's a Black Flash red unit, that could be pretty fire. Black Flash, that actually would be really fire now that I think about it. Black Flash units work so well because Black Flash damage isn't like nerfed at all, right? So that's going to be huge from floor 71 to 80. Nanami might end up, I think he's going to be on the level of Honored One and Sukuna. So having a Nanami be that good, honestly, is really sick. I'm not going to lie. It's actually really sick. And then what else do we know? Well, remember, we're also going to be getting this. So we're going to be getting well, I guess this is going to be ranking. But why have ranking without ranking rewards? What the fuck are we doing? We're going to get this. We're going to get the reruns for the events, for the story events, specifically story events. And that's going to give extra cubes. However, if it's 300 cubes per like event that they rerun. So in this case, if, for example, they only give us, if they only give us, let's say, 300 cubes per, meaning 900, expect a rant video. Expect a rant video. I will be making a rant video. But for right now, I'm like pretty happy with the Nanami. I just think it could have been, it just could have been Ghetto. I think Ghetto would have made more sense to round out the team because no one's someone for Inumaki, but now either your Nobara or your Yuta is going to be replaced, and that's going to be very sad. It's probably going to end up being Nobara because Yuta still heals, right? So Nobara is going to be replaced for the main DPS slot, so keep that in mind. And overall, I think it's going to be very fun because you're going to have Domain Gojo. And I wish it was Ghetto. I really do. I think Ghetto would have been a lot better because he would have been doing sub DPS damage while debuffing. But now we have to still have fuck ass Inumaki. I don't know. This is like one of the worst kit designs because he's just red. Except technically it's harder to get cursed energy with him because you have to get him dupe 1 dupe 2 for that, right? And then he stuns, but I would have rather damage reduction because there's less RNG in that. So it's like our Inumaki high key just works better than this one, which is so sad. But he gives a small damage increase, just not enough, right? It's very unfortunate. I'd say that Nanami's pretty much... he's probably going to be number 3 DPS. I just don't see him not being it. Because the way they construct Nanami kits are just too good. I'm not going to lie. They're actually really good how they do it. Where's Nanami? So we're probably tomorrow going to get the confirmation. But if we check it, right, like him having the skill 3, like the damage is quite good, right? 400% with good crit and black flash damage, right? On a pretty good ult. Like if they make something like this, but like modern, it could be good. It could be very good. If he has a self buff, I don't know, because it would be, if he had a self buff, it would be good. Only if he was only Jujutsu, because you could stack Pride, right? But it won't matter probably. So we'll have to see how he works. But I mean, so far, like Nanamis have been pretty good. Nanamis have been pretty good. But I cannot wait to see how they go about making him a Black Flash type of unit, because this would be our second like really good Black Flash unit. So I'm excited. I'm pumped, honestly. Nanami or Ghetto, like I was fine either way in terms of gameplay. I just kind of wanted a Ghetto more, because I think he would have been more fun to play with. But a Nanami DPS, if he's really good, then there's no problems. It's just Red Ghetto would have been a free, just a free win, a free score, right? As long as they do SP buffs, I'm fine. If no SP buffs come out, then I think this anniversary was a complete flop, and I've made that very known. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye.